Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 199 of Sonic Boom TV. Wait, stop. If you haven't watched episode 194 of Off the Charts, please stop watching this video, because this video is a add-on to that video. So head on over to Off the Charts' page. I'll put the link in the description as soon as I get it. And check out that episode. It's episode 194. Albums with shit artwork, but the music is great. So that's the episode that I was supposed to be on with those guys, and I wasn't able to do it. So head on over there, and I'll see you in the future. Feels like the future. Okay, so on that episode, I don't know anything that these guys picked, but our job was to find 3 albums with artwork that we thought was terrible or whatever, but we still loved the album or the music on it. And I chose to do all vinyl this time. Well, there's one sort of exception to the rule. But I did 3. I didn't do any extras to do with this, no whatever you want to call them, honorable mentions or anything like that. Just went straight up 3. But since I couldn't be on that show, I figured I'd bring the guys here with me in the best way I knew possible. So what we've got here is a John Parr album to represent Steve, because I think this may be Steve's brother, father, cousin, something. Could be. I don't know. I think they're related in some way. And then we've got this Mainline Canada album with the girl in the, with her butt hanging out in the Canadian flag on her underwear. That represents Dan. And these headphones here, not quite as good as Keith's, but he always wears headphones in our videos. So I got a pair of headphones to represent him. The guys are with me, the Kansas connection, as it were. And I represent the United States. We've got, Canada, New Zealand, and New Zealand, and the United States. So that's that for whatever. So I picked these albums. I kind of went through my Discogs looking through albums instead of trying to pull things off the shelf. And I went through and I found albums that, I was trying to find albums I didn't like the artwork, and I really liked the album. And it was kind of hard, because a lot of times the album art kind of, I guess, even if you don't really oh, wow, that's awesome, it just becomes connected as one thing, and you still kind of like it. So I picked out ones that, for whatever reason, disturbed me a little bit. Maybe not disturbed me, but that I liked the album, but I didn't. I like the music way more than the cover, and I think the cover should have been changed to something else. So, and one of them, I just learned something about it 2 days ago, and I was going to do this video on Monday. It's Thursday now. And I would have never known what I know now. So it makes it even more what? So anyway. So let's just start with one that in some cases is one of those albums where people jumped off of the band. They decided that they hate this band now. They're terrible, whatever. And that would be the Black Album by Metallica. I love this album. I think it's a great heavy metal album. It's not a thrash album. There's some elements of thrash, I guess, in it, but mostly it's just a regular heavy metal album. Now, the reason I hate this cover is, for one, it's called the Black Album by everyone else, but it's really just Metallica. And for years, I knew that they had the Metallica logo right there, which you can barely make out. It's got some highlights of blue whatever in there. I think that probably was a terrible idea. They should have made the Metallica a little bit more where you can see it, and then just let everything else black. And so I had this on CD for a long time, because I bought it probably when it first came out. And had no idea for years that it actually has a snake right there, which is the "Don't Tread on Me" snake. That's used for political purposes sometimes. People just, hey, you're not gonna get over on me kind of stuff, whatever. But this album cover, you can see on the back, real big on here. I don't know about if it was on the CD because I don't remember that far back, but it's huge on the back, and you can actually kind of see it better on the back. But I don't know. I love this album. I don't play it as much as I used to, but then that's everything that's 25 years old or whatever, that you kind of fades into the background. But that's my first one. I just don't like it. I think they should have done something different, something better. I don't mind it being called the Black Album, even though it's not called the Black Album really. It's just called Metallica. But neither is the Beatles' White Album, right? I think that was the whole point of it. Just to self-title it and then let everybody else call it whatever they want to call it. So my second one, the one that I wouldn't say this is a top favorite album of mine, but it's an album I like, and it's an album that for some reason just kind of disturbs me. And it always did, and I don't know why, because if it was the opposite, it probably wouldn't. But Loverboy, Get Lucky. So for up until Monday, or Tuesday, I should say, today's Thursday, so Tuesday, I've always believed that this was the lead singer of Loverboy. I'm not sure what his name is at the moment. Maybe it's Mike Reno. I don't know which ones are which on here, but whoever, one of these guys. It's one of these guys. I thought that was his butt, and with a hand, doing that little crossed fingers thing, and I don't know why, but it just I could never wrap my mind around why anybody would put a man's butt on an album. Now, if it was a woman's butt, I wouldn't even question it, right? Because that's the way the world works, I guess. But what made it even more disturbing, what I found out the other day, is that this picture right here of this butt is of a 13-year-old girl. Why? Why did they do it? I think it's one of their kids or some relation to one of these guys. I don't know. If this hand is somebody else, it is a man's hand of a 35-year-old man, whoever he was. So I don't know if they posed it like this or they just put these two pictures together. I don't know. But why do you put a 13-year-old girl's butt on your album and make everybody think it's of a man? Ugh, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want it. I want to change this to something else. But it has Working for the Weekend on it. And what was their other one? Lucky. Was it Lucky Ones? I don't know. I think one of these other songs may have been on the radio. So it's a good album. I do like it. I listen to it every once in a while. But that was just like the one that stood out as disturbing to me. And I think that was, as we are calling this shit, I think that was a terrible cover. Then, the last one of my my little video here. This video is very short for me. So we're going to try to make it go to at least 10 minutes. We're already at 8:53. So this next one, I'm going to show this. Well, let me tell you the story. This album came out. The band was real popular in the 80s. Maybe even into the 90s a little bit. They had put out some of my favorite hair metal, whatever you want to call it, glam metal, whatever. And this album came out. And I saw it, and I was like, I love the songs on it, but I'm not buying that. I could not buy it because of the album art. Why? I don't know. Look at it now, and it's like doesn't bother me so much. But I was like, I intentionally sought out the edited version of the cover for this. Could have got the regular cover. It might be worth money now. I don't know. I think the edited version's worth a few bucks too. But that would be Poison. Open up and say, ah. This is the edited version. I think this looks much, much better than the CD that I just recently got, maybe in the last year or so, at a thrift store. That's what it looked like originally. This cat tongue, cat lady girl, whatever. I hate that tongue. I don't understand what it has to do with anything. It just bizarre. I mean, why it was banned, I don't know. I don't know why they banned it, but besides the fact that it was, it looked terrible. Yeah, there's no other picture of her on there. But I got this from BMG Music. I think it was BMG or BMG. But I waited on it. I may have had the cassette. Don't think I had it. I know I at least had a copy of it that I recorded off the radio or something. But I know I waited a while till it became available on BMG to buy it on this record, which is kind of rare back then because I didn't buy a lot of records. But I like this. I think this looks nice actually. Just this part with the name and the name and the title there. But this is, I think it looks so dumb. And her face is like, it's so red you can't even see her lips. She's got a nose ring. The eyes are the best part of the whole thing. The weird hand right there, I don't need it. So I guess she's supposed to be trying to get us or something, and the crazy hair. I don't know, I just hate this album cover. But it has Nothing But a Good Time on it. Tearing Down the Walls, Look But You Can't Touch, Fallen Angel, Every Rose Has a Thorn, Your Mama Don't Dance. A lot of hits came off of this one. So it's probably my second favorite Poison album. Look What the Cat Dragged In, which maybe she's the cat. But that is my favorite Poison album. It's one of my favorite albums, like from that time period, for sure. But I'd put it even on my all-time list as can't think what I just said. Look What the Cat Dragged In. So anyway, Poison. Don't do this. Don't do this again. Don't ever do this again. But anyway, so this one truly is a favorite album. That I hate the cover on this version. I love the cover on this version. I hate the cover on this version. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Please go check out Dan's video on Off the Charts. It's episode 194. Should be released a little bit before this one tomorrow, which is Friday, which it'll be today since we're doing this time travel thing. It'll be today when you see it. Unless you're seeing it tomorrow or the next day or some other time in the future. But please, no matter when you see it, go back to episode 194 of Off the Charts. I'll have a link in the description at some point. And it'll be episode 194, albums with shit artwork, but the music is great. And I said the S word twice on my video. That's going to give me like a PG-13. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for Steve and Keith and Dan for being here with us today. And we'll talk to you guys next time. I got bunch of episodes coming up, and I'll talk to you guys on the 200th episode of Sonic Boom TV. The next one we'll get in this series of crazy videos. And that's it for today. Talk to you guys later. Bye.